All right, good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. This is our Thursday international presentation for Up2Give. My name is Brandon Ivy from Los Angeles, California. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule for being here. You can be doing so many other things, but this is a very exciting time for us. You know, we've had a small, long journey to get to this point. We are a few days away from our reset, which is designed to be our last reset and the beginning of our company with the data that we have accumulated in exciting time. So we appreciate you being here to be part of this journey with us. As a disclaimer, I am not the CEO of the company. I'm not a co-owner of the company, and I am not a licensed financial advisor to be giving financial advice. I'm simply one of you. I got a phone call from a good friend that said, Brandon, we're putting together a company that is right up your alley. Blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. Only our focus is going to be on education, philanthropy, and charity. And our motto is let's be different, because what we're doing has never been done before. So at Up2Give, we have a strong moral, integral, and purpose-driven vision to change lives around the world through our ecosystem. We're 4 pillars we're standing on. The first is philanthropy. We are focused on creating a culture of worldwide giving. The second is education. Reward those who give while teaching them the value behind growing personally. The third is banking. Bank the unbanked through our giving. And the fourth is personal causes. Create a social revolution of stories with people whose needs have been met through the Up2Give community. We have built a model where people from around the world can come together, get educated, banked, and skilled on the principles of philanthropy and EQ, emotional intelligence, while creating a culture of global giving. During the education process, we will be teaching members how to utilize one of our tools for contributing called the Giving Box. This will allow us to fulfill the purpose of our core principles, as well as help contribute to the stories being shared in our community to engage the social revolution part of our culture. Here's some examples of our target areas of focus. Education. The Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development found that 50% of U.S. adults can't read a book written at an 8th grade level. Lack of formal education results in lower earning power and serious threats to an individual's long-term well-being. Banking. Globally, about 1.7 billion adults remain unbanked without an account at a financial institution or through a mobile money provider. Health. Currently, nearly 1 billion people spend 10% of their household income or more on health expenses for themselves, a sick child, or another family member. In fact, we have some 3.8 billion people who lack access to basic health care. And housing. Currently, over 850 million people, more than the populations of the U.S. and the European Union combined, are living in informal settlements. So what is our ultimate goal? It's simply to empower you and people around the world to contribute toward anyone's cause in our ecosystem, whether it is to help achieve a goal that helps someone in your family, your church, your country, your community. It doesn't matter how big or small that vision or mission is. We will bring the nations together to help support those causes. And with our model being a model of philanthropy, we are confident that the Up2Give family will be there for you. Up2Give is a global correlation movement. So how does someone get educated in our ecosystem? And this is one of our 4 pillars. We partner with a company called Success Training Institute. This institute offers cutting-edge soft skills training in audio and video format on topics such as leadership, customer service, professional development, personal development, sales, team building, HR management, management training, and much, much more. In fact, you can even get certified by taking additional courses in things like how to improve your brand and self-discipline. What about goal setting and time management? Maintaining focus and empathy, and we're all practicing social distancing. How about learning social skills mastery? You see, these are soft skills that are not taught in school. I spent 6 figures in my career to learn these skill sets. But Success Training Institute is going to offer it for you, designed for individuals, companies, and entrepreneurs, and you can improve your skills in less than 10 minutes per day. Another pillar we're standing on is the banking industry. We have 1.7 billion people in the world are currently unbanked. And if you don't have access to a bank account, you don't have access to having a checking or a savings account, the ability to get a line of credit, the ability to have a personal or a business loan so that you can start a business, and that business you can pass down to your family. You're locked out of the system. The Ooh La La, with our partnership with Ooh La La, wants to bring the future of banking to you. Be the first to send and receive money for a fraction of the cost, access microcredit offers from your favorite retailers, pay bills with ease, build credit, enjoy online shopping, and take charge of your financial future with our exclusive Ooh La La partnership without the need of having a bank account. Ooh La La is a full-service financial solution designed to empower communities. With Ooh La La, you're going to be able to facilitate and accelerate financial inclusion, build a global credit score, and with our microcredit offers, help the unbanked and underbanked community to build their credit history. Ooh La La's mission is to offer inexpensive financial services to this demographic, help establish a credit score, which will enable them to participate in the formal financial economy. Now, what are personal causes? And this is the backbone of what Up2Give is all about. It's designed so each of you can bring whatever you're passionate about, whatever your cause is, and how would you like to have a community of people behind you that's helping to contribute and make your cause a reality. See, we currently want to create a social revolution of stories with people whose needs have been met through the Up2Give community, and with 45,000 causes and growing. We have members in over 50 countries right now that have personal causes. So it could be anything from wanting to get yourself out of debt, maybe because of coronavirus, you've been laid off, fired, or furloughed, so you don't have any money to pay their bills, you can't get your medical care, any host of things. What about a nonprofit or a charity that you want to help out? Or you might be part of a ministry, and that ministry you can't meet on Sundays because of social distancing, which means people are not giving, they're not tithing, they're not donating like they were before. So it's tough times. So here's an example of a cause: providing safe shelter to homeless and abused women and children. You know, here, I think this one was from Vegas. Nearly 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner in the United States. 10 million people per year, 1 in 4 women, 1 in 7 men. When you create your cause, you're going to be able to upload a picture and a description of what it's all about. And when somebody comes to your site, they'll be able to contribute to your cause. Here's an example of another one. Breast cancer research saves lives. Research is the reason. You come to our company homepage, we have a tab that's called Causes, and you can visit and see all the causes in the entire world from our community. So how does someone get started? See, we have 3 steps in Up2Give. The first step is you're going to set up an account at up2give.com. You're going to pay a $32 membership fee for Up2Give. That's for your Success Training Institute. The second thing you're going to do, you're going to contribute to personal causes in the community, 0.0025 Bitcoin, and we're going to assume that Bitcoin from this point forward is right at that $10,000 a Bitcoin mark, so I can do the conversion for you. So that's about $25. And the third thing you're going to do after you write your story is you're going to share with at least 2 people who join the community with you. Now here's the sign-up process and experience. Let's say you're Maria in California. She shares a link with John, and John's in London. The moment John clicks on her link, the first thing he will see is her story. Now, once John reads her story, he's going to have 2 options. Option 1, join the community, or option 2, support Maria's cause. Once John has clicked to join, the system will take him to the registration page where he'll be able to add his basic information. Now, let's talk about John's experience. John now has 14 days free in the Up2Give community. Now, what does this mean? John has the opportunity to experience our back office and ecosystem. John could take the sample courses we have available in our Up2Give Academy portal powered by Success Training Institute. John has enough time to decide to become a member or simply contribute to Maria's cause, because you have the option to simply contribute and not join the community. But let's assume that John decides to join Maria's journey. John has before the 14th day midnight to pay a $32 member fee in Bitcoin for the activation of his education program at Up2Give Academy. We'll have a story page and a user link that he can share, and the moment he contributes to Up2Give causes during that same period of time, he becomes a ground zero member of the Giving Box. And the more people who contribute to each other, the more Up2Give is going to contribute back as well. And this happens in stages. There's 6 stages in our Giving Box. When you complete stage 3, Up2Give is going to give you a debit card so that you can start monetizing the Bitcoin you've been given through our ecosystem. With this step of philanthropy, we will start to help change the banking crisis in the world, where so many people lack the opportunity to own a debit card. This is our partnership with Ooh La La. And if you guys have not heard, those of you who are founding members, meaning you've been here from the beginning, or you reach stage 4 from the last reset, you will be getting this card for free. So you'll hear more information about that throughout this month. And for the rest of you, if you don't want to wait to get it for free at stage 3, you'll be able to purchase it for a small setup fee. When you complete stage 4, You'll have the option of choosing from 12 different cause-driven programs. Now, this is separate from your own personal cause that you've written up. This is completely separate. You're going to have a liaison that's going to be assigned to you that will work with you for about 45 days to make this cause go viral and create a story out of it. Now, Up2Give will contribute on your behalf for reaching stage 4 a maximum of $1,500 to that cause fulfilling your social revolution. An example for mine, I've got my own cause, which is that I teach Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and want to do Bitcoin boot camps around the country. But for stage 4, I've got a cousin named Robert Smith. He's a former NBA basketball player. He had a massive stroke last year, and to the point the doctor said he wasn't going to recover. The doctor said his left side of his brain was dead. He is home now and is able to get up and walk around. Now, it wasn't an easy journey, and he's still recovering. So that costs a lot of money, and I want to be able to help him out in that as well. Stage 5, when you complete this, Up2Give is going to reward you with an all-expense-paid trip as soon as coronavirus lets us all get on planes to a recognition event where top speakers from around the world are going to come to teach about leadership, philanthropy, finance, personal development, and charitable causes. When you complete stage 6, Up2Give requires you to give 12.5% back to the community in the ecosystem. Stage 6 is the most important stage because you're receiving the most in contributions. Now, this business and company is not about how much money you make. This company is about how many people can we help to become philanthropists. That's what this is about. Giving you more resources so you have the power to be a philanthropist. Everybody would love to give back to charity, but most people are, especially in the United States, are living paycheck to paycheck. Even here in the United States, the average American has less than $1,000 in their savings account. And the only time we contribute or give back is when we're at the grocery store and we press that button to give one more dollar to help feed the homeless. Nothing wrong with that, but wouldn't you like to be able to do more? Wouldn't you like to have the resources to do more? Now, here is how Up2Give strives to be compliant. Number 1, we have legal representation. We are audited. We do everything based on compliance and our legal representation. Nothing comes out of my mouth that is not cleared first. And if I say something that I'm not supposed to say, they will shut me down real quick, correct it, and edit it. But number 1, we do not touch the Bitcoin of anybody in Up2Give. How many times have you seen companies out there that say, give us all your Bitcoin. We're gonna make money for you. You don't have to do anything. You can't withdraw for 8 months, but we're going to trade on your behalf, and we guarantee you 1 to 2% a day on your money. Sounds good. It sounds great until the company owners run off with everybody's Bitcoin before you have a chance to withdraw. Aren't you tired of those schemes and scams? That's not what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for get rich quick, overnight money. I wanted something that was long-term, that was going to be here, that I can build and be proud about. So Up2Give does not get your Bitcoin. It is part of the giving box that belongs to all of us. It's peer-to-peer. What does that mean? It means this. Have you ever gotten in an Uber or a Lyft before? That vehicle is not owned by a taxi company. It's owned by somebody else. Have you ever stayed in an Airbnb? That property is not owned by a hotel chain. It's owned by somebody else. See, we're taking advantage of the greatest financial revolution the world has ever seen with blockchain technology, Bitcoin, and cryptocurrencies. And there's 3 reasons why. Reason number 1, it is decentralized. It is not owned by a CEO, a business, a government, or a bank. It belongs to all of us. It's open source. The second reason why it is that it is universal in value. Whether you're in Japan, South Africa, Brazil, UK, Canada, Bitcoin value is the same. So it is permissionless. There's no borders to it. And the third thing is permissionless, meaning you can send Bitcoin to anywhere around the world, almost instantaneous with small transaction fee without the need of a bank, Western Union, or a bank wire transfer. The only thing that Up2Give gets is $32 that goes to operate the company and for your access to Success Training Institute, and it is not commissionable. Up2Give does not have a compensation plan. Number 2, Up2Give is a major contributor in collective causes. And number 3, Up2Give is a giving model that even for nonprofit identities such as churches is presented as a revolution of offerings in the ministry. The more you give each other, the more you're going to receive. So what do you receive for the $32 a month? An entire ecosystem that will allow you to share your story to the world through the Up2Give.com blog. Access to our global education community that's powered by Success Training Institute. Access to the Giving Box, which allows you to be part of our community blog and social revolution stories that are inspired by the members' philanthropical culture and cause-driven movement, and rewards for giving back to the community and their causes, which allows you and Up2Give to partner with you to create stories of our own when you start reaching stage 4 and above. So how does the contributing work? Let's talk about the Giving Box. It is a voluntary tool designed so that you can increase your resources to help more causes and at the same time improve the lives of those who participate. Again, this is not a compensation plan. This is our ecosystem. This is our community. We have what's called a global community line. See, this is not, there's no matrix, there's no binary. The way this works is that we are all on the same team, not my team, not your team, not their team, just one team. And what that means is that all of our collective efforts determines all of our success. The goal is not to leave anybody behind, to help everybody win. You see, you're going to pay your $32 at Up2Give. You're going to contribute to personal causes in the community, $25 worth of Bitcoin. This enters you in ground zero. Your goal at this point is now to share with others. You share with 2 people who also contribute $25 in Bitcoin, which means you receive $50 worth of Bitcoin. You're going to contribute that $50 to Bitcoin to move out of ground zero into stage 1. Now, let me show you how our system works. This is what's called the state-of-the-art AI system is what we have. You need to help at least 2 people to be qualified to move into stage 1 and help those 2 get their 2 so that you can move into stage 2. It's that easy. 2 gets you off ground zero into stage 1, help them get their 2, you're now in stage 2. We have 64 steps of contributing that's divided into 6 stages. The AI system actively monitors all your personals and their activities. So don't get me wrong. We don't want to penalize somebody that is actively moving fast and building faster than somebody else. You will be rewarded if you are really putting your head down and going to work, which means you're going to be put first in line when it's time for the contributions. For those of you that's doing a little bit of work, you're going to be put second in line. And those of you that just did the bare minimum, yes, you will still receive contributions, but you'll be third in line to receive contributions. But the system is designed to make sure that if you are putting in some type of work, you're going to receive something towards your causes. That's the entire point. See, the global community line helps everybody, but it fast tracks those who are helping others. So when someone asks, Brandon, what do I need to do to have success here? And success is relative to what you mean. Do you mean success by getting through all the stages? Well, this is what you want to do. Get a pattern and a habit of sharing with at least 2 people, teaching them how to do the same thing and rinse and repeat. It's that simple. Now, can you share with more people? Absolutely. I personally shared with 150. So there's no limit to how many people you can personally share it with, and you'll be rewarded for doing so. Now, let me show you the global community line in our stages. Once you're in stage 1, you're going to receive up to $100 worth of Bitcoin. You're going to contribute all of that. So in your wallet, you have 0 Bitcoin at this point. The magic starts at stage 2. Stage 2, which is step 4. So in other words, it's steps 2 through 4. But don't even focus on that. Just stage 2. You're qualified to receive up to $562 worth of Bitcoin. You're going to contribute $275 worth of Bitcoin. And in your wallet, you keep $287 worth of Bitcoin. Now, at stage 2, something happens with our system, that our system's going to be doing what's called automatic contributions. What does that mean? That means, actually step 2, but what that means is that the system will automatically contribute on your behalf, and that you're just going to receive in your wallet what you're supposed to receive in your wallet. So you don't have to do those steps 64 times. You do need to do it on ground zero and step 1. Then the system takes care of the rest after that. When you get to stage 3, You receive up to about $4,000 worth of Bitcoin. You're going to contribute $2,600 worth of Bitcoin, which means you keep in your wallet $1,300 worth of Bitcoin. Think about that for a second. The more you contribute, the more you receive. And when you contribute, who are you contributing to? Other people in the community and their causes, to help their causes become a reality. This is the stepping stone to give you more resources so that you have more resources to contribute. At stage 4, you have to qualify to receive up to 3.2 Bitcoin. Now, if Bitcoin is worth $10,000 a coin, that's $32,000. You're going to contribute 2.1 Bitcoin back. You keep one whole Bitcoin, that's more than $10,000 after you've contributed. Stage 5, you can receive up to 5.8 Bitcoin. You're going to contribute 4 Bitcoin. So understand what we're doing. You're contributing most of what you're receiving. But what you keep in your wallet for your cause, 1.67 Bitcoin. And then stage 6, step 64. You're qualified to receive the 45 Bitcoin. You're going to contribute 30 Bitcoin back. You keep in your wallet 15 Bitcoin. So when you add all this up, it's about a little more than 18 Bitcoin that you're keeping in your wallet for your personal causes. Now, does it stop at this point? No. See, we reset on June 15th, which is Monday. And when the reset happens, everybody from the current stages, we all go back to ground zero. So once you go through the 64 steps, you're going to have the option at this point to re-enter the giving box at stage 2. Now, the re-entry amount is variable right now. So right now I'm showing 5.4, but that may change. But the point is, you're going to be, stage 6 people are contributing more than 12% back into the ecosystem. So when they contribute back, where does that money go? That money goes now to the stage 2 individuals and their causes to help them receive contributions to their causes. And now everybody in the global community line that was behind you on every stage, now you are behind them to help them move through the stages. It is a complete circular system. Now, how fast can you go through these steps? That depends on us in the community. It could happen in 2 weeks. It could happen in 2 months. It could happen in 6 months. What if it took you a year to go through all 64 steps where you receive in your wallet 15 Bitcoin? That's $150,000 at today's price. $150,000 a year. In America, the average salary is $33,000 a year for the majority of Americans. $33,000. So if it took you 2 years to go through 64 steps, that's $75,000 a year. Is that okay? Again, this is a marathon, not a sprint. We're not looking for people that's thinking get rich, because this is all about philanthropy and giving back. We even have a new feature as well, because every month you pay your $32 member fee. Every month you will also have the option of creating a new account to enter the giving box that goes on top of the one, so you're working that one as well as the one you already have. So your first account might be on stage 30 or 35 or 40 or step 30, 35, and 40. But your new account is now starting at ground zero, which means you need to help those organizations as well. Brand new, 2, helping with 2, helping with 2. Now you're getting contributions from 2 accounts. And every month you can have a new account if you choose. That's optional. So to recap how all this happens, you pay your $32 at Up2Give. You're going to contribute to personal causes in the community, $25 worth of Bitcoin. You're going to share with at least 2 and help them to do the same thing. That is the whole point here. It's not about you. It's about how many people can you help. The more people you help, the more you're going to help yourself. And then you're qualified to receive Bitcoin towards your causes and purpose. And that is the presentation, ladies and gentlemen. At this point, we have 2 types of people who see the presentation. The first type of person says, Brandon, you know, I'm excited. I'm ready to go. Where do I sign up? That was me. When I said, how many Bitcoin can I get? Because think about this. When we have this thing moving, we're just getting started. When we have maybe 20, 30, 40, 50,000, we've got 12,000 currently in the giving box. This thing is moving fast. Some of you may go through 64 steps 1, 2, or 3 times in 1 month, or 2 or 3 times in 60 days. 15 Bitcoin, 30 to 45 Bitcoin in 60 days. It's possible. That was me when I saw this. The second type of person says, Brandon, this is not for me, and I understand it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. But at least get back to the person who invited you, ask to see their cause, and do them a favor. Contribute to their cause. Help them out in their journey for their plan B. And then find a plan B of your own. Find a plan B of your own. Why do I say that? Because we live in a brand new world. A plan B is no longer a luxury, is no longer a hobby, is no longer extracurricular activity. Because in the good old days, this is what I would say, and this is what I used to say in the good old days. Tomorrow is Friday, and everybody can't wait for Friday. You know, it's getting ready for the weekend. You've been working hard all week on your job, but you still got one more day to go. And most people will wake up tomorrow morning before the sun comes up to go into rush hour traffic, to run off to a job you don't like, to work with people you can't stand, to eat lunch at 12 or you're hungry at 11, to ask permission to go to the bathroom as if you were a child, hoping to get a raise, hoping you're going to get a Christmas bonus. And if you're lucky not to get fired or laid off, you work that same job for the rest of your life only to retire broke, depending on family, government, and friends by the age of 65. And those were the good old days. Why do I say that? Because we live in a brand new world now. And this brand new world is run by coronavirus starting. People are told to stay home and social distancing. So you're not able to go to work. You're depending on the federal government for unemployment or to get your stimulus check in the United States. And if you are an essential worker and able to go to work, you're risking getting yourself sick and bringing that home to your family. I mean, you think there's no good choice here. Stay home and not have money, go to work and get sick. There's a third option. And that third option is find a way to be productive from home, because we don't know how long this is going to last. The Spanish flu lasted 18 months. We don't know how long. Only thing we do know is that the world is not going to be the same afterwards. Here in the United States, we're about to next year celebrate the 20th anniversary of 9/11. I can't believe it's been 20 years. I remember it. I blink my eye and I see it like it was yesterday. But 20 years later, and we're still taking off our shoes at airports. So if not this, please find a plan B for yourself, because it is a necessity. Now, as a disclaimer, this is a brand new opportunity with minimum data. We've been collecting data for 7 months to get to the point where we are right now to launch on the 15th, which is this coming Monday. We do not allow income claims at all because we don't even have a compensation plan. We don't pay commissions. And your success depends on you. Even though that this is philanthropy and charity, we're not running a welfare center. And at this early stage, those of you who are getting started now are in the best position because of the global community line. Meaning the 50,000, 100,000, and a million that's going to come after you is going to be in your global community line to help you go through all those steps and stages. But we have to build it first. It is not pre-populated with people. It is up to us, not up to give. So how fast this moves and happens, it's going to be dependent on all of us working together. And speaking of us working together, I want to introduce you guys to somebody that is very special for our community, has a lot of experience in our industry, has a heart of gold, is going to end up being our female voice for the company. She's helped a lot of people have success in her career. She's a stay-at-home mom, and she can tell her story, and she's excited about what we have going on here. And so I want to introduce you guys to one of our other leaders, Miss Stephanie Graham. So Stephanie, you should be able to unmute yourself. Are you there?
Brandon.
Yes, I hear you.
Woohoo! I tell you what, I am so excited. I cannot stand it. Every time I hear your presentation, I just get pumped up because finally, I get to turn my everyday activity of helping people into an income producing activity. And that is unbelievable. And it's spreading like fire in a dry area. I've got about 20 people coming over tonight, and I guess we're breaking the COVID code, but 3 days ago, I had 5 people come over, and now we've got 20 coming over, and and everybody's saying, "Okay, we're bringing $100. Help me turn that into Bitcoin, and we want to get paid to help people win." And I'm like, "Okay, great. We're gonna have cookies and tea and coffee, and first come, first serve. So whoever gets here first gets in first, and we're building 2 by 2 by 2 by 2." And it is so much fun, Brandon. And this is a timing issue right now because we get to actually engage in the last reset ever for Up2Give. And I don't know about you, but I'm not necessarily a math girl either, but I do know that you can't be first twice in the same deal. And if this is the last reset, then everybody that jumps in and helps people get into the giving box and, you know, helps bring as many people as they can, preferably in the 2 by 2 by 2, just like the ark, you know. I mean, he had it right, I guess. Just bring them in 2 by 2 by 2, you know. And so I'm just going to follow that and help as many people. And everybody that does that this month will be the people who can say, I got in on the last reset of Up2Give before everything, you know, went automatic, right? Is that right? That's so incredible.
That's right.
Well, I am excited. We have women that are going to be coming up. We've got women in 45 countries that actually are helping people win right now in shop local communities, helping businesses stay up and running, because what do women do? They teach people how to support one another. So I encourage everybody who has a mother, a sister, a woman friend to reach out to them, because you don't ever know what somebody else is praying for. Everybody's broke at a different level, and everybody needs a little bit of help to win. And now is the best time in the world to make a difference, make a positive difference in the lives of people all over the world. You have no boundaries. You've got no walls. You just have everyone that you know to be able to help get in on this and just, you know, win in the game of life. So we'll update everybody on when our first women's call is, and we do, you know, we know the guys jump on there and, you know, kind of spy on us, and that's okay, but only women are talking. So we're excited to be able to roll that out. And thank you, thank you, thank you. And I guess I'll chase everybody to their Bitcoin bank this month.
All right. Thank you, Stephanie. You guys see how excited she is. And I always been the last couple of years say, where are the women at? So I'm very looking forward to seeing the women really step up and take over. I'm looking at you, my cousin Marnita. So thank you, Stephanie. Now, guys, we will be back for our presentation tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Tomorrow's Friday. We don't do anything on Friday. But Saturday will be our next international presentation, same time as this one, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. So all you have to do at that point is invite guests and let us do the talking for you. Soon you're going to see Stephanie doing these presentations herself as well. So be on the lookout for that. So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. We'll get this recording up as soon as possible. Have a great day. See you all tonight. God bless. Bye-bye.